Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. So, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is about Fred Rogers, who was a kids' TV show host who helped someone become a better person. So this movie isn't necessarily about Mr. Rogers himself, it's more about who he's helping. The guy who he's helping is a writer for a magazine, and he's going to write an article about Mr. Rogers, so that's how they meet. He didn't have a good reputation for writing articles. In terms of what he wrote, he was quite negative, so no one wanted to be written. No one wanted him to write about them, basically, except Mr. Rogers. He read his work, even though it was quite negative, he still wanted to see this guy. Because Mr. Rogers was quite a forgiving guy. He liked to redeem people. He was a nice guy that liked to help people. And he saw that he could help this guy as well. And this guy, it wasn't just like a writer who was seen as negative. He also had quite a deep personal life as well with his father. They had a bad past, and he can't forgive his father for something that he did in the past, and he can't let it go. And when he meets him, some things happen, some bad things happen, and basically Mr. Rogers tries to help him in his life. So he goes to interview Mr. Rogers, but ends up being helped himself. At first, he rejects his help. He's just like, I'm here to interview you. Why are you interviewing me? Why are you asking me about my personal life? But eventually he changes, and Mr. Rogers helps him change to become a better person and a more forgiving person in a hard time for his family. So yeah, that's what it's about really. It's a redemption arc, but it's not about Mr. Rogers. It's about Mr. Rogers helping this guy. It was mainly about this guy's perspective for the most part of Mr. Rogers, and of him helping him change. And it was very interesting. It was a good movie. It's very slow though, so you might not like it. At first, the way it's filmed is a bit random, a bit different, and I'm just thinking, the first 10 minutes I'm just thinking, what am I watching? Seriously, what am I watching at the moment? But it gets better, and it's still slow though. Throughout the whole movie, it's still very slow paced. It's not like, not much happens action wise. There's some violence in it, but not much. It's for the most part a very slow ongoing story, and it's interesting, but you might not like it because it is so slow. You might find it boring, but for me it was quite an interesting storyline. It's just about a guy helping another guy redeem himself, become a better person, and it kind of worked, and it's sending a good message as well about people in general and about relationships. And Tom Hanks plays Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers was a nice guy who had a kids show. Tom Hanks plays him so well. He plays this nice guy that helps so damn well. Tom Hanks is brilliant. He's played so many roles. Great actor, one of the best of all time. He's brilliant. And in this role, he nails it again, I think. He's fantastic, and he's the best part of the movie. But also this redemption arc with this other character, based on a true story, by the way. You can look it up. The names are changed, I think. They still use Mr. Rogers. They use Fred Rogers, but like, I think for the guy he's helping, I think he's got a different name in the movie than in real life. But still, it's based on a true story. It's based on true events. It's an interesting way to tell a story about someone. Tell a story about how Mr. Rogers was through another person. I thought that was a good perspective to do, and it was a nice arc. 7 out of 10. I don't think it's great. I just think it's a nice story, but I'm not sure whether it's like worth going to the cinema to watch, if that makes sense. It's worth seeing, but like, it's not like, I haven't got the word for it actually. I haven't got the word, but it's good. It's got a good story to it. So 7 out of 10. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see ya.